Hi, I'm Randy Hamlin with Indigo Lane & Company. We are a small batch leather goods company located in South Texas. We've been in business since 2016 and we have proudly worked with Tandy Leather this whole time. So today I'm going to show you how to make a carryall out of leather. To start our project, it's always a good idea to go ahead and gather your supplies that you're going to need, get them all together in your workspace, and then get started. It's never any fun to have to get up and dig around for what you're missing. To make this carryall, I like to use leather that is 3 to 5 ounces in weight. It gives the piece good body. It's just my preferred weight. You don't have to use that, but 3 to 5, closer 4 to 5 is best, is optimal. So, all right, we need that. I have selected a craft cut, which is I think 24 inches by 24 inches. It's a suede, but it's pretty thick. So I think the body, it will give the carryall some nice body. A good ruler is the way to go. Rotary cutter to cut our edges. Set of good sharp scissors. Some extra small rivets, we'll use those at the end. Some craft tape. This is a 1/4 inch craft tape. I love this stuff. It allows me to work through projects quickly without having to wait for glue to dry. Love this stuff. A 13-inch length of whatever color zipper you're wanting to use. And then last but not least, a lighter. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is trace out my pattern. You should have the pattern available to you on Tandy's website, and it should be for the carryall through Indigo Lane. All right, so I've traced out my pattern. I'm gonna go back over it with my ruler and my rotary cutter and get it all cut out. Okay, now that we have our piece cut, it's gonna look like this. Let's see if this is a better view. Okay, it's gonna look like this. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is cut out 2 pieces that look like this. It's 1 1/4 inches wide and 3.5 inches in length. You need 2 of these. Okay, the next thing that you're gonna want to do is pull out your zipper, and we are gonna take this tape. Let's find the end here. It's a little sticky to start with. And you're gonna wanna run it on the very edge of either side of your zipper. Let me do this and then I'll show you. So the tape has a wax, kind of a wax paper top on it that you'd peel off like a sticker to reveal the sticky side. So it's double-sided tape. I just find this to be so much quicker and more efficient for projects like this. It's just better than glue for this particular type of project. Glue is good for other things. It's just not quite necessary for this. Okay, so this is what you're gonna want your zipper to look like. You've got your tape here on the edges, okay? We're gonna do this we're gonna use this to tape into our toiletry kit, our carryall. All right, so here we go. We're gonna peel this off. See, peels right off. And then tape it in. I give myself about a tape's width of space here. See, it's about 1/4 inch. And then I'm gonna fold it over like so. Pull the wax paper off. Okay. And then match it up again. Okay, got it? Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is pull this zipper apart. Now, if you have a zipper that's complete, meaning it has the pull attached to it and it's all complete, then you'll still pull it apart, but it'll stay together on one of the ends. It'll end up staying together here, and this will be free. I like to install my zipper pulls after I sew it in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and sew it in on my machine, and then I will hop back on here and show you the end result step by step. As you can see, I'm at the machine and I'm ready to sew. All I'm gonna do is run a stitch attaching the zipper to the bag. I don't back stitch because I don't need to. We're gonna end up sewing that in. I like to keep my threads trimmed and tidy. Okay. All right. So there's that top piece. Let's go to the bottom piece now. Okay, zipper is officially in. Let's clean up these threads and move on to the next step. Now that we have our zipper sewn in, I need to go ahead and install my zipper pull. Like I mentioned earlier, if you purchased an already assembled zipper, you'll skip this part. But this is something that I do with every bag that I make, so I figure I would show you how I do it. I start with the left track and then the right. Sometimes it's tricky. You have to work at it. There, got it. Now, I'm only gonna pull it up about this far because I want it attached enough so I can flip it. I'm gonna flip it inside out. I'm gonna hold on to where this is, the zipper pull is, so it doesn't slide off. I've had that happen a lot and it's super irritating. So I've learned my lesson. I just hold on to that pull. Okay, then I'm gonna pull it probably to where these corners are. And what I like to use are quilt clips to hold my piece together. Sometimes you see people, other leather workers use binder clips, which would work just fine as well. I just happen to use quilt clips. So what I'm gonna do is clip it in place so that I can have it where I need it to be when I sew it. When you're sewing fabric, obviously you would use pins, and we can't use pins with leather, so we'll use clips. Clip it all into place. Okay. All right. So earlier I said we needed 2 of these, and we do, and I only cut out one. So let me cut this other one real quickly. And I use my ruler and my rotary cutter. Okay. Let's match up. Okay. I'm going to use my tape here just to secure it. It's important to note that when you use tape, it's only to hold it in place but until you sew it. It's not to keep it together construction wise. Okay. Tape. So again, I'm going to pull this little wax paper part off, fold it like that, and I'm just going to clip it while it's waiting. Do the same thing to both. Clip it while it's waiting. We move this out of the way. So I take this in tab pull tab, and I line it up with where the zipper is, okay? And it's gonna stick out about 1/4 of an inch. I'll go ahead and clip it in place, and I'll do the same thing to this other side. Pull it right here. Clip it into place. Okay, I'm ready for the machine one last time. Now that we have our piece off the machine, you'll see that we just sewed these ends. It doesn't have to be pretty because we're gonna go back and trim it all off. So the best idea is to take your scissors and trim it after you've sewn it and before you box in your corners. And it's kind of a hack job to go through here. There we go. All right, we're almost there. Okay, here is a fun little workshop tip for you. When we are in here working, there are sewers, we have finishers, and we have people that cut pieces out and just tape them and get them ready for the sewers. And we are not precious about our space. Every day at the end of the day, we obviously clean, we sweep, we wipe stuff down and get it ready for the next day. But in the middle of our process, when we are cutting and clipping, it takes too much time to walk over to the trash can. We put out too much volume. So we just swipe it onto the floor, and then we'll come back later once we're done with the day and sweep it all up. That's a good little pro tip for you. Okay, so I have my ends trimmed off. See how pretty that is? I am going to, with this zipper, I am going to burn it here. That way it won't fray upon use. Okay, all right. So we're gonna take our corners and box them out like that. So they look like this. We're just gonna go like this. And you can see this kind of pops up. That's okay. Let it pop up, and then once you're done with that stitch, just cut it off. Just cut it right off. Okay. So I'm gonna clip these corners, box them out on all 4 corners. Again, I'm using my quilt clips. They're really just easy. They're quick, they're easy, they're efficient. And these particular quilt clips were manufactured in, I think, right outside of Houston. So they're a Texas company. So when I have to replace my clips just every, 6 months to a year, I always buy from the same company. Okay, I'm gonna get this on the machine and I'll bring it right back. I have our little carry-all inside out and fresh off the machine. As you can tell, I need to go back and trim some of these, and all I'm going to do is just trim it flush with the line that's there. As you can see, there it is. It's trimmed out. We'll do this to the remaining 2 sides. I have gone through and backstitched on all of these stitches. So I will go ahead and hit it with a lighter just to place down my thread where it's was trimmed a little far off. There are also pieces of this leather that, as you can tell, they're a little extra fuzzy. If it's big like that, just go through and trim it off. That way it doesn't come off during use and end up on whatever it is you're storing in there. Okay, so here's the fun part. This is my favorite part. We go through and we flip the piece out, okay? So I just put a thumb into that corner and flip. There's no need to be precious with it because it's leather and it's durable. So, all right, I've flipped all these corners. Go through. Okay. Y'all, it looks so good. Okay. Let's get it zipped shut. Here we go. Cute as a button. Love it, love it, love it. I think we should go ahead and personalize it. Maybe some initials. What do you think?